Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bobart and the Billy Beans comic reader extraordinary cool guy club. Yeah! What do you think, Billy Beans? It's awesome. This this should be our show. This other guy, Steven, he sucks. He is fucking stupid. He sucks. It's awesome. What? Well, we read the comic books. The good comic books, the ones with the Starman and Morbius and Prince of Valiant. That's awesome. What? So, we will review all the good comics, like the comic strips in the paper. The Beetle Bailey, he is so funny. Do you ever read the Beetle Baileys? That's awesome. He's going to be so pissed when he finds out it's us. He is going to piss. He's going to kill us. You know this, right, Billy Beans? It's not awesome. He's going to kill us. Shit. Well, since it's our last time on Earth, I must tell you something, Billy Beans. It's awesome. I love you, Billy Beans. I love you so much, Billy Beans. Jesus Christ, man. Get off me. Stop. If I didn't like me so much, I'd have killed me. Oh, so this makes sense. What is this? Is this like the ultimate me? I just want to go home. I didn't do anything. I reviewed comic books. Well, I reviewed one. Fuck. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lapsed Comic Fan. I'm Steve, and we're talking Loki episode 4, the Nexus event. This was insane. It was amazing. I loved it. My favorite episode so far. How did everybody else like it? We're going to talk about it. Like and subscribe. Also, spoilers. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that stood out to me with the characters and the story, and we're going to probably not get to everything because this was just so much, but I'm going to talk about some of the big things for me. So, total confirmation, she's a Loki variant. Boom, over and done with. I think what's more interesting was the fact that when they came and took her, Ravonna being the one that took her, we get that she has a vendetta, and we find out why, since little Sylvie escaped her and has been hiding for decades inside of Apocalypses, which is horrifying. But what was it when she asked what her Nexus event was? Was there even one? I guess her existing was the Nexus event. She said she wasn't supposed to exist, so there's that. And that's really interesting because it just seems like even though there's other people going through the TVA and things diverge from the sacred timeline, it really seems like Lokis are the ones that affect the timeline the most. Ravonna even said to Mobius, work your Loki, and he repeated, that should be my mantra. So this is something that he's been doing for a long, long time. And it seems that whoever is behind the timekeepers and everything, it seems that Loki is in his way for achieving whatever whatever their plan is. I thought that was really, really interesting, and it took a lot for them to mold the stories, which led into, it's funny that we got to see Sylvie's memory of what happened, and everything around the episode was based on memories, but of the variants of the TVA agents. So we find out C20 had memories of being alive and going to that bar and having friends. And she said, I existed before the TVA. And Ravonna takes her out. Can't have that. So that shows that Ravonna lying to Mobius and also taking, anybody out that's been compromised by Sylvie, she's in on whatever's going on. She did not seem massively surprised that the timekeepers were robots. Yes, the timekeepers were robots. We'll get to them later. So B-15 asks Mobius through the whole episode. She asks him, like, what did the Loki say? What did they say? She's starting to feel those memories because she felt something when she had been taken over in the Rocksmart or Roxcart, whatever that store was. She had felt something and wanted to know if it was real. She goes in there to Sylvie's cell, takes her out through a temp pad and asks, do it again, show me. And she's in on the plan now. She's fully in on it and helps them at the end. And I thought that was cool because it showed her knowing, the other one getting killed. We didn't see her get killed, but we know she did for knowing. And then Mobius starts wondering and having all, like, his so good at his job type thing. He starts thinking, like, this doesn't make any sense. So we get the Lamentus 1 thing is the biggest part, I think, of the storytelling aspect, that Loki love trumps all chaos, especially when two Lokis love each other. Why is that funny? I don't know why it's hilarious. I don't. Loki love. So I guess that causes such chaos that the branch was so steep. They'd never seen anything like it. So they go and they get, Loki didn't have his temp pad, didn't have nothing. It was exactly what we saw going on. There was no double enchantment, no anything. They were getting ready to die together. They held hands, and that's how Mobius found them. And they open the doors, they get taken, and they get put into cells. So what do you guys think about the Loki love? What do you think about it? I don't know what to think about it. It's weird, but at the same time, it's like, all right, whatever. I don't care who you're fucking. Mobius takes Loki, our Loki, to a time prison. It's a time loop with Sif. And I thought this was really interesting because it hits on what I was talking about with Loki love. She's drives to the point of him being alone always. And it seemed like he tried to redeem himself, and he admitted to what he had done to her, cutting her hair, and he did it for attention. And it fights even harder to what Mobius says later when he finds out about C20. We all know what happened. I don't need to tell you what happened, but he finds out about C20. So he goes to Loki in the time loop and is like, do you really care about her? All this stuff. He needs to know. And he says, because whatever it was that happened down there between you two is enough to take this place down. And then they formed the team, which everybody wanted to see. Now, here's where this is interesting. My first thought was this. I've been wrong about the switching and the baiting and stuff, but it seemed like they had a plan because it showed them walking towards the red door, but it never showed them from that side walking through the red door. And we see Mobius get pruned, which was, man, that was rough because Loki, it was like real emotion on him. He was like, man, I just lost a friend. And Loki gets pruned later on. So I don't know if that was necessarily a bait and switch. I thought maybe they had a plan while they were in that little time prison. Maybe they went somewhere. He said, you could be whoever you want, even a good person, if no one's ever told you that. I'm sure that was afterwards, but you never know until you know. But it seemed like with what happened at the end that he did get pruned. So we're going to have to find out. That sucks. I hope. I mean, Mobius has to be back. He has to be back. And it would suck if he wasn't, but I'm sure he's going to be. Because I don't look at ahead spoilers or anything like that, so I don't know. Well, we're going to get to the timekeepers because who is behind this? That's the main thing. What is their drive? What is the drive of the timekeepers? It seems like, or the drive behind them. What was the point? Obviously, they're the the Wizard of Oz. You know, there's someone behind there. And is it Kang? It would make sense. The tech is there. Also, who has the ability to either A, mind control these people, or have the technology to wipe these people's minds so well that Sylvie had to find like hundreds of years sliver of a memory with C20, you know. So maybe over time the memories get lost, you know, and it explains a lot. They put in a lot of little seeds there with the jet ski and all that stuff. I think that's cool. I think everybody wants to see him riding a jet ski, you know, and so I'm pretty sure that Loki has not taken any Infinity Stones, which would have been so cool. Things like that. I think those were all things to distract us from the story they're telling, which is what we've seen is what happened. And I think they're very smart because they get you to the point of, all right, so everything we've seen just happened. There's nothing behind it. And that's whenever they pull the wool over your eyes and do something crazy. So I'm hoping that Mobius is still alive, or if they take from the comics and there's clones of him, but I doubt they will. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that. Watch there be a clone. It's going to be a clone. The first thing next episode is going to be a fucking clone. And I'm going to be like... So yeah, who has the ability to do all of this? I mean, Kang would have the tech, and he would have things from different universes, different places, if there's a ton of him, and he knows that, because he does know that. He has like a citadel of Kangs. It's almost like Rick and Morty, the citadel of Ricks, you know? And it's weird, especially with the end credit scene where Loki wakes up and he's like, is this hell? Am I dead? And we hear voices and he looks up and there's Loki's. Old man Loki, boastful Loki, what was in the credits, kid Loki, and probably everybody's favorite, alligator Loki. I am positively sure that people want a Casey and alligator Loki series. Let's make it happen. So, what did everybody think? Where's the show going? Are the Lokis going to band together and take down whoever this is, or chase them out, take down at least the TVA portion so that people can create Nexus events all over the place and throw it into chaos? What if that does happen? What are the ramifications? That's why I think this show is setting up so much. People are looking for the next big bad from all the shows. They were looking for it from WandaVision. That's where the Mephisto and all the shit came in. But what about this? Even if we find out that there's a bad behind this, right? What else does this do for the other movies going forward? What happens if they do take down the TVA, and meanwhile they shouldn't have been taking people's lives, you know, just normal people, whatever. What happens if Miss Minute's story and all that stuff is true? What happens if it does throw the world into chaos and we see tons and tons of different aliens and all sorts of stuff and from different times come and fight this multiversal war? I mean, this could be crazier than Infinity War. It could be. I'm not saying it's going to be, but it could be. There's a lot of cool stories that Marvel has in their back pocket to tell that are on a huge multiversal scale. Huge. And I'm having a lot of fun watching this, guys. So the theory I kind of have is I think that it's Kang. I think Kang is the one behind Ravonna, just like most people have speculated. And I'm wondering if Loki's are somehow impairing whatever he's trying to do, and that's why they're trying to get them. Something is going on to where he shouldn't exist, or they're trying to get them out of there, or trying to find something. Something is going on with Loki's and whoever is behind all of this. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. You never know. You never know. Peace out, y'all.